Hi everybody, welcome back to Barbara's Pixie Line. Well, my book came today. Jada's book came today. Worthy. Like I say, I ordered my copy of the book, but because of glaucoma and cataract, I can't sit and read it. But I got it to support Jada because I'm like, what is all this hate for Jada and all this love for Will? Why can't you love them both? Why you got to love one and hate the other? I don't get that. But anyway, this is her new book. And I'm just going to go through the chapter, you know. And this, I take this off so I won't tear it. Don't need to tear it. But anyway, her book costs $35 to get the hard book. I'm not sure what the soft book costs. Probably $32 less. $32, I think I saw one and they said $32. And somebody mentioned the book was $25. That must be the softback. Or a lot of people reading it on Kindle. A lot of people got it early, and they must have bought it on Kindle, but I don't know. But anyway, her book Worthy, as we can see, it has a lot of pictures in it. Has a lot of pictures in it. You can see. Even the back of it has a lot of pictures. Supposed to have some cataract surgery in November next month, and they take the cataract off this eye and see how much sight is left in it. I got a lot of haziness in this eye, so I don't see clear, and I can't really read without my glasses. I can't read at all without my glasses. And in this sight, and I really can't read with them. That's why on my phone everything is lower, so I do everything on my phone. But anyway, okay. This is in the book. She has these little, I guess I call them these little clippets or whatever. That got little sayings on them. I think the book has, let me see. Let me see if I can see how many chapters. I think there's 20 some chapters. Nope. Where is it? 15? There is 22 chapters. 22 chapters. I listened to that week at night. She read it from her Kindle, Amazon Kindle, and she read chapter 4 and chapter 5. So I have and she read the part that I would want to read first. This is the part that talks about Tupac. Very interesting story. I also want to read the part about when she met Will Smith. Which is out there, that's a very interesting part to read. A lot of people want to read this, a lot of this juicy stuff, the people that she used to date. I'm like, they want to read the, I don't know why my lips stay dry. They don't crack like that, but they love to stay dry, and I'm always licking my lips, and that annoys me to death. I don't do a lot of videos because I lick my lips so much. I literally just put this thing on. And my lips are already dry. So I don't know what it is. Just soaking up. This little lip thing went. Little lip thing went. Try not to lick my lips because I don't like the way I look licking my lips. Don't look good to me. There we go. I got my minty lip balm. Try to put that on. So I will lick my lips. It's so annoying licking lips all the time. Okay. Got my lip balm on, so I won't lick my lips. I really hate licking my lips. It's so annoying. I lick my lips all the time. Okay. It has 20, I think I said 20, I said 22 or 23 chapters in here. And go down here, 22 chapters. The book has 22 chapters. And each one of them have these little clippers in it. Chapter 1, it has these little, I think there's 4 parts to the whole book. And this is part 1. It talks about, it is childhood, the O-R-P-H-A, the orphan. Childhood, the orphan. So that's the first part of the book. And the first chapter is about my grandmother and my grandmother's garden. So apparently she grew up with her grandmother. So we go through the book. Now see, I think the book is cut. It is into parts. And this and after each chapter, there's a little clip section that has a little quote up top, and then she talks about it a little bit. Can't tell you what it says because the words are too small. Even if they'd been big, they would have been still hard to read. The next one is the Blessed Child. 2 addicts, I guess the 2 addicts. It could be her and Pop, or it could be her mom and her dad, or it could be her mom and his mom. But either way, there's a lot of addicts going on around in that family. So as we go through the chapter 3 is leaving the garden. So apparently she must be leaving her grandmother's garden. And this is the another clip where they have a little scene up top. That's I read the simple ones, so that's a lot to read. Not to see. So I go on to we got chapter 4, which is the University of the B-Moore Streets. So I'm assuming the university is the school that her and Pop went to. So that's chapter 4. And I'm just scrolling through it. Next one is another little clip art. Each chapter ends with one of these little clips that has a saying quote up top, and then she has a little bit to say down at the bottom of it. And this is chapter 5. This is for Nick at Night. Read chapter 5. A good chapter. It talks about Park and their relationship. So as we go on through the book, through the book to chapter 6. You see chapter 6. And then chapter 6 is a gate to many roads. A gate to many roads. So I guess you gotta open each one of this gate. The gate may be gatekeepers or something. I know in the industry it's a lot about gatekeepers. You know, you're not being able to get in. Lip dry. I don't know why my lips are dry. It drives me crazy. But anyway, keep me from licking them, because I will lick these lips to my annoyance. Chapter 7. And before chapter 7, after chapter 6 is break off into another part 2. So 6th chapter before we get to part 2. And part 2 is chapter 7, which is promise of a perfect world. Promise of a perfect world. Okay, so that's chapter 7. Let's see what's next in the book. Chapter 8, living the dream. So chapter 8, she's living a dream. I could read it from the context, but it is more interesting to just scroll through the pages, looking at the pages and doing it this way. Chapter 9, breakdown. I guess this is where she had her breakdown. And I guess I was in the Wilmington or whatever. I see that little bit. But this is chapter 8, chapter 9, where she talks about her breakdown. And let's go on to chapter 10. So this is a very small chapter of her breakdown. I guess she don't want to talk a lot about her breakdown and what caused it, but she gives some insights into it. Chapter 10, trying to find my footing. I guess she was trying to find her footing after the breakdown. So that's chapter 10. So let's see chapter 11 about. So chapter 11 is the Savior Prince. So I'm guessing the Savior Prince would be Will Smith, becoming her Savior. I guess saving her from her breakdown and helping her get her footing. So that's what that's about. I guess chapter 11, let's go on to chapter 12. It's a very short chapter. Chapter 12 is Lost Unmourned. So I'm assuming this Lost Unmourned will probably be Tupac's death, or when Tupac, we find out in chapter 5, where he just left, didn't say anything. Like somebody just leave, you know. I guess some people don't like goodbyes. So he just left. And then she found out he moved to wherever he moved to. So that's chapter 12. Now we in chapter 13, where it talks about the reluctant bride. I guess this is where we learned in chapter 5 where I saw it on the, I guess on the Red Table Talk, where she did not want to marry Will, and at that time she was pregnant with Jada, and she did not want to marry. They had to about drag her down the aisle to marry Will, and I guess that's why she won't divorce him, and that's probably why Will won't divorce her, because she didn't want to get married. So now that it ain't work out, I want to divorce her. Will is never going to divorce her. And that's only fair. So that's chapter 13. Now we're on part 3. Now we're on part 3. Part 3 ends at chapter 13. Now as we get to chapter 14, we're on chapter 14. So we know the first 3 parts. We know with the first 3 parts, the first part, it was chapter 1 through 4. Then we have part 1. That was the end of part 1. However she put it. Then from that was 1 through 6. This is part 3, right? This is part 3. So I know 6, chapter 5, part 1 ended with chapter 5. And then it was, no, chapter 6. Then it was chapter 7 started in part 2. And then 7 goes to 14. So at 13, chapter, part 2 ends. And then part 3 starts with chapter 14. And I'm saying it that way because 7 is 14. So that's why I'm saying 1 to 5 1 through 6 is part 1. 7 through 14 to 14. 7 to 13 is part 2. And then 14. Good. 1 through 6, part 1. 7 to 14, part 2. And now we're in chapter, I keep saying it wrong, but 1 through 5. 1 through 6, part 1. 7 through 13, part 2. And now 14 through whatever. So part 14 is about little gurus. Little guru. So I don't know what little guru about, but I guess it's about the information that she's gaining or whatever. But chapter 14 seems to be a lot. Yeah, so chapter 14 is a lot. The other chapters, they were kind of like small chapters. It wasn't an awful lot to read. I guess she's not trying. As you can see, this is a thick book. So I guess she had to leave some stuff out. What Carsino's supposed to be filling in on his Patreon. I guess I go in there and look and see what negative stuff he has to bring out about this woman, which, and I'm like, anyway, then it's chapter 16, Wild Banshee. So I guess, I wonder who the Wild Banshee was. I don't know, but I guess I have to read the book to find out who's the Wild Banshee, who it was. Chapter 16. So this seems to be a Wild Banshee. Seems to have quite a bit in it. Now we're on chapter 17. 17 is my number. Born on the 17th. In chapter 17 it says, no soccer mom here. So she's not a soccer mom. She's not going around picking up kids, taking them to soccer practices and carpooling and doing all that. I guess it wasn't about that life. And that's what happens when you get kids. But it wasn't the kind of mother she was. So now we went from 17 to, so 17 is, so it's 17. And then we get to part 4. And part 4 is at 17. And after part 4, as you can see, chapter 18. So 14 through 17. And then chapter 4 starts with part 4 starts with chapter 18. And so in chapter 18 is about feeling the rain. I guess all this raining and pouring down rain or problems and issues and all this negativity. Like they can't like them both. You gotta like either Jada or Willie. Can't like both. Which to me is crazy. People just want people to just do what they want because of what we say and feel. We want you to do what we say because, whatever. Anyway, chapter 19, a place at the table. And I guess she just want a place at the table. And I guess the red table talk, I guess she can say, well, I brought my own table. Place at the table? Okay. I make my own table. I brought my own table. And that's what that is about. So that's chapter 19. That's chapter 19. See what the next one is, chapter 20. It's not very long. It's called Surrender. I guess she surrendered in the end. I don't know what she surrendered to. But chapter 20, she surrendered. And this is part 4. So what else did she surrender? Okay, this is the end of chapter 20. Chapter 21, the holy joke. Okay, the holy joke, I guess, is Chris Rock. The joke of the I guess about her hair. Then the holy slap. That's real. Slapping him. And then holy lessons. So what are the holy lessons? I guess we got to read the chapter to find out the holy lessons. It's in March 27, 22. So I guess this happened March 27, 22. So that's chapter 22. We have to find out about that holy joke and the holy slap and the holy lessons. So what lessons did she learn from it? I'm pretty sure we'll learn some lessons from it. She learned a lesson from it. I don't know what Chris Mark learned from it. But anyway, chapter 22, putting the crown on the queen of my heart. So chapter 22 is putting the crown on the queen of my heart. So after she done talk a little bit about the holy joke, holy slap, and holy lessons, then she putting the crown on her heart. We're putting a crown on the queen of her heart. And it's not a lot in 22. So 22 is the end of the chapter. It's not very much. It's only like 2 pages. It's like 4 pages, not a lot. Then at the end, we got this little clip she has in the middle where she has a quote up top. And then she has a bit to say. But this looks more like the end. More so because I don't see a quote up top. So this is the end of the book. And as we see, D-E-T-T-N. Trying to see what it is, but anyway. That's the end of the book. I got my copy of the book. It came today. Yesterday was my birthday. So since it was released on my birthday yesterday, I went ahead and ordered my book. Where I ordered my book? I know I ordered it before my birthday. When I realized, I think Patty Jackson was talking about the book is released on December 17th. I was like, oh, it is released on my birthday. Me and my husband share the same birthday, so I said, oh, it released on my birthday, I'm going to go order my copy. The back of the book, I read it before so I can not stumble through it, the back of it, where it says a queen is her own savior. Her magic is quite potent and mysterious. So, a queen is her own savior. The queens don't have nobody to come save them. Even though we'll slap Chris for putting his wife's name in his mouth. But she said surprise her because they haven't considered each other husband and wife for some time. So that surprised her. But because he considered her his wife at that moment, So now, she's going away. She definitely not divorcing him now. But they want to get married to Jada because the world won't divorce her. Why would a woman divorce a man she don't want to divorce? Whether she's happy with the man or love that man or whatever, none of it matters. He's her husband and she has a right to stay with her husband for as long as she wants. Even if they're living separate lives. It's still family, like Tamar Braxton said. Vince is family, and you can't say nothing about it. So Will is her family. And I guess it's always going to be that way. But anyway, thank you for joining me in going through the chapters of this book very clearly. And I'll see you next time, so bye.